What's up, people on Upload Society? It's the Heart Attack Dawn. And I am so tired of hearing about this bullshit that I've decided to do a Justin Bieber rant. Because I saw on TV, I saw Michael Lohan, Dr. Drew, Dr. Phil, Dr. Quack, all these people saying that Justin Bieber's got big problems, he's an alcoholic, he got pulled over for drunk driving, and it's all bullshit. As skinny as he is, he probably drink 4 beers and be legally drunk. So .014 means he had a half a beer or he drank a whole beer and he got pulled over for an hour later. I mean, if you prescribe to Alcoholics Anonymous or the people in the court system, if they believe in rehab, there's a thing in the front of the book of Alcoholics Anonymous that describes an alcoholic. And it was written by Dr. Silkworth. This was Bill Wilson's counselor, the co-founder of Alcoholics Anonymous. And just to paraphrase it, Dr. Silkworth, who studied thousands and thousands upon thousands of alcoholics since 1901, he started at Bellevue with his internship, and died in the 50s and studied alcoholism his whole life, describes an alcoholic as someone with a phenomenon of the craving, which means somebody that goes to a bar and says, I'm going to have, 2 drinks, or I'm going to have a beer, and ends up drinking 50 beers, going into a blackout, and not showing up for work, or killing somebody in a car wreck, or, suffers the consequences. So all this whole thing is proven to me with Justin Bieber is not an alcoholic. Alcoholics don't drink 1 beer and then get in their car and leave the bar. They drink 50 beers and get in their car. So if you're out at 4 a.m. and you've drunk a half a beer, you don't have the phenomenon of the craving, you're not an alcoholic. I mean, this whole ordeal, the only thing it's proven to me is Justin Bieber is not an alcoholic. He smoked marijuana, which I guess Bill Clinton smoked marijuana, George Bush did marijuana and cocaine, Barack Obama, same thing, Dick Cheney, the Vice President of the United States, by the time he was 22, he had 3 DWIs in Wyoming, which it's impossible to get 3 DWIs in Wyoming back then. I mean, you have to be smashed out of your mind. You have to be quadruple the legal limit what it is today. And back then they didn't have rehabs, so they just, let him keep his job, and he ended up becoming the Vice President of the United States. So, I mean, George Bush, I think, got a DWI when he was 32, and 10 years later, the American people didn't tell him he needed to go to rehab. They voted him the President of the United States. So this is all bullshit. It's all bullshit. I just can't believe it. The only thing I can see out of this whole thing is the cops in Florida need to be looked at for arresting people that, you pull them over for speeding for 60 and a 30. In a Lamborghini, you're not even pressing the pedal at that point. You probably felt like he's going 20. And who cares? I do that every day going to work. I'm going 70 and a 45 or something, if I'm late. It's not any big deal. And then if I see a cop, I slow down. I usually think it's busy in Vegas. You got stabbing, shootings, I'm not worried about, bullshit. It's just all bullshit. I just can't take it. And you got Michael Lohan and, all these wannabe leading authorities on alcoholism that don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. So that's my Justin Bieber rant. They just need to leave the kid alone. and let it all play out. If he ends up being a drug addict or he ends up being, something else, that's one thing. But